trying to figure out, hey, do I want to go around the right side or the left side? I mean, there's benefits and negatives to both, right?
And no offense, his player nickname is I Suck, so
Yeah.
he's probably not feeling too good about his shot.
It's not looking bad, though, at all.
No, it's a 10.5. Not as far left as he wanted, but you got a nice kick off of that.
Eagle right there. That's a pretty smart shot, actually. But
Yeah.
yeah, if you want to get super aggressive, you can go the other way, I think, because if I'm seeing this properly.
And so when it comes to the handicap tournament, it is single elimination, but you have the chance to win your entry into tomorrow's main event.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure you've done it over the years. I've definitely done it back in the
Been
day.
a while.
But, it's a good opportunity to meet newer players, to play with newer players, kind of teach them the ropes a little bit. It may not be as uncommon as you think to give somebody like 15 strokes in a handicap match because there are people, especially locals, that will show up, or they've got a job or kids or whatever the case is, and they just happen to, they can only play in the handicap tournament, but they still want to get out and support the tournament.
Yeah, and obviously, oversee. I think he was sitting there probably in his head thinking, I'm going to try to cut this the same way that my opponent just did. And
that's literally one of those things we were just talking about.
Exactly. He obviously had the right idea, just went a little hefty on that cut.
And honestly, we've all been guilty of it. It is super easy to do. I mean, like I said, I'm not a new player anymore, although sometimes my scores don't
indicate otherwise.
Yeah,
What do you mean sometimes?
But honestly, like you get these guys that randomly draw and qualify with Paul Luna or Andy Haas. Well, guess what? You know how hard it is to not go, Andy hit that? I can do that. I can hit something similar than that.
Wow.
Every player has their own style of play, and that's one of those things that until you get to one of these tournaments, you really don't understand. You and I have both been the best Golden Tee player in some of the bars we've been into over the years. But until
You're
you
the
come
second
to a
best when
tournament.
you come to my bar, but
Yes,
I got it.
because somebody else is usually better than me, but it's not you. Although when we play Golden Tee at your house, I'm usually better than you, so it's all right. Especially closest to the pin.
You guys can all choose to listen to him or believe him, but we know the truth. We know the truth here. Do we know what the stroke differential is here? I know it's a 3-stroke game, but do we know who's giving who what?
Now, I will say, I believe Heisenberg, if I remember correctly, is playing on a PGA Tour at home. So that's one of those things where Power Events right now is still on Golden Tee Live Legacy games, and I would say probably through the end of the year we'll be on them for a variety of reasons, because I know this question has come up, and it will throughout the weekend, but you have to understand Power Events is a business, and they have 20-something machines that they travel to these tournaments with. So it's a hefty investment for them to replace all their games with PGA Tour, and they don't want to mix and match, which is completely understandable. And then also these guys, Russ specifically, is driving a trailer from St. Louis to all these different events. So that's another consideration as well. But hopefully by 2024, because we're in 2023 right now? I don't know. My years are all off. I'm getting too old. But hopefully by the beginning of next year, we will have a clearer path for those guys in these tournaments to be on PGA Tour games.
Yeah, and you got to think too. As you mentioned, 25 machines. A vast majority of those. We're going to go split screen here, but the vast majority of those machines are going to sit dormant for. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
They have nowhere to put them. They're specifically purchased to bring here. So again, just to kind of hammer in your point a little bit, it's a hefty investment, and. I hope you're on point. I hope by next year we're rocking those, because I am a very, very big proponent of the PGA Tour cabinet. I love it. I think it's a fantastic product.
Well, if you need one, I know you have a home edition at home, but if you need a Golden Tee PGA Tour game, you can actually go to store.itsgames.com and buy one right now. And I believe if you put in the code PEGT Tour, you can save some money on that game. So plenty of time to get that, get those games in. World Championship we announced on Monday and throughout the week with different qualifying options for PGA Tour players and Golden Tee Live players, but the majority of those qualifying spots, 64 out of the 96 going to PGA Tours. World Championship's going to be played on PGA Tour. So if you ever need a reason to get a new, if you want to get a game or you're debating, do I buy an operator's old game